Welcome to The Debate. For years, securing local search visibility, finding a plumber, a coffee shop, a lawyer, it felt like this exclusive club. Local SEO agencies demanded these steep retainers, often $1,000 to $5,000 a month, and they delivered these complex reports that left time-poor business owners feeling, poorer and more confused. Today, we're discussing the seismic shift that's come from AI SEO tools. The central question is this: are these automated platforms, which you can get for like $20 to $200 a month, are they fundamentally making the traditional, human-intensive local SEO agency obsolete for small businesses? I argue that the speed, the consistency, and frankly, the leverage that AI automation provides, it just neutralizes the strategic edge that used to belong only to those expensive agencies.
I come at it from a slightly different angle. I agree that AI provides incredible efficiency for, the repeatable tasks. But this claim of obsolescence, it assumes that a business owner's only problem is execution. Local visibility today is fragmented across Google Maps, traditional search, these new AI overviews. These tools are, you're right, they're powerful operators, but they absolutely require a strategic human approver to navigate competitive markets, manage brand voice, and ensure compliance. Just relying purely on automation without that high-level human oversight, especially in complex situations, I think it introduces a necessary risk.
See, I think that risk calculation changes when we look at the core problem for local businesses. Why was SEO so hard for them in the first place? It was hard because they were stuck manually fixing things like inconsistent name, address, and phone numbers, the whole NAP issue, across dozens of platforms. They were just overwhelmed by checklists and aggressive competitors. The traditional agency model was frankly incompatible with the speed you need today. Manual updates are just too slow. AI systems, on the other hand, they give you real-time optimization, daily signals. They move the needle in weeks, not quarters. And that time to value compression, plus the massive cost reduction, it makes the manual agency structure financially unsustainable for the average small business.
I'm sorry, but I just don't buy that the tools inherently eliminate the confusion and overwhelm. If a business owner is already confused by jargon like citations and schema, then giving them access to 5 specialized AI tools, a keyword generator, a content optimizer, a geogrid tracker, it just shifts the full-time job of managing SEO to the job of managing the tech stack. And that moves them from being a business operator to a tool operator, which is not what they signed up for. The high ROI you're citing, a lot of that comes from fixing the glaring, the low-hanging fruit, basic hygiene, which an agency should have fixed years ago anyway.
That's a compelling argument, but the best modern tools are actually designed to prevent that exact fragmentation. They simplify the strategic approach into a framework that any owner can grasp. It's be found, be chosen, and be trusted. And this isn't just, marketing jargon. It's directly aligned with how Google's own AI agents decide which business to show first.
Okay, that framework is useful. Let's break it down because I think it clarifies where human strategy is still paramount versus where automation really dominates.
Exactly. Let's start with be found, visibility. The goal here is simple: show up first when someone searches service plus city or near me. The AI insight is that Google rewards complete, active profiles. A traditional agency might check your Google business profile, your GBP, maybe once a month. But these AI tools, they provide continuous monitoring. They audit all 147 distinct fields within the GBP, identifying immediate ways to optimize. And even better, AI tracking tools can visualize your ranking block by block using geogrids, showing you precisely which neighborhoods you are invisible in. This focuses the owner's effort perfectly.
I agree that geogrids provide actionable data that old agencies used to bury in PDFs, but being found is only step 1. Let's move to be chosen, conversion. And this is where the human element starts creeping back in. Conversion is about turning that profile viewer into a paying customer. Sure, AI can automate fresh posts, update hours, and suggest you upload more high-quality photos. And we know that profiles with over 100 photos see massive boosts in calls. But the strategic sequencing of seasonal offers,
Making sure the photos genuinely reflect the quality of service, ensuring the GBP messaging matches the website's tone, that requires human judgment. Stale content is bad, but, generic automated content can also make you look boring.
I see why you'd think that, but I'd frame the conversion component differently. It's really about consistent action. A business that automates daily, localized posts using an AI generator keeps the profile active 24/7. That consistency, I'd argue, far outweighs the occasional, maybe perfect post that a slow agency deploys. Now let's move to the final piece. Be trusted, proof and authority. This is where the whole review economy just dominates.
That's an interesting point. Reviews are now essentially training data for AI models. And to earn trust, a fast response time is completely non-negotiable. Businesses that respond to reviews within 24 hours see significantly higher conversion rates. This is a task that AI handles exceptionally well. These tools can perform sentiment analysis across reviews. They can summarize common praise or complaints and draft personalized, on-brand responses almost instantly. This saves enormous time and ensures the business maximizes that customer trust.
I'm not entirely convinced on that line of reasoning. While AI drafting is a huge time saver, review responses are a key communication channel. If the AI is drafting 5 responses a day, the owner still has to read them and make sure they maintain an authentic human voice. If they automate replies entirely, they risk missing critical, nuanced feedback that might require a high-touch human intervention. And also, trust is built on consistency across all data points. If the AI is posting one thing, but the owner manually updated their NAP incorrectly somewhere else, that conflicting data just confuses Google's EEAT signals.
Wait, can you quickly remind us what EEAT stands for in this context? Especially for the local business owner, it's a key acronym, but we should ground it.
Absolutely. EEAT stands for Experience, Expertise, Authority, and Trust. For a local plumber, that means demonstrating expertise through relevant content, establishing authority via strong citations and reviews, and building trust through accurate, consistent information. My point is, inconsistencies, especially in those basic NAP details, are still the biggest trust destroyers. And while AI tools are great at detecting those inconsistencies, the complex manual process of fixing them across every directory, well, that sometimes still requires human oversight or deep platform knowledge that is part of an agency's retained value.
But that deep platform knowledge is now being packaged into the tools themselves. Let's look at the core types of AI tools that achieve this for a fraction of the cost, making that human service model redundant for most non-enterprise businesses. First up, keyword and topic discovery. What does a local plumber need? Not a list of national keywords. They need to know what real people in their city are asking, like emergency plumber Mississauga with boiler expertise. AI analyzes those local search trends and groups these terms into themes for service pages. Before, an owner guessed. Now, AI tells them exactly what pages to build.
That's a really practical outcome. And following that, you've got content briefs and page outlines. This tackles the second layer of confusion, structure. The AI takes that local keyword and creates a structured outline, headings, necessary FAQs, even suggested internal links. It ensures the content is not only readable for humans, but also structured for what we call generative engine optimization, or GO.
GO being the way we structure content so it becomes the cited source in an AI-generated answer. Right. The AI is helping the business write the instructions for the generative engines. Then you have on-page optimization helpers. These are fantastic. The tool scores your existing page. Is the title catchy? Is the copy readable? Is the tone professional? It allows the owner to quickly polish titles and meta descriptions without needing technical expertise, which directly satisfies those EEAT requirements we just talked about.
And critical for consistency is Google Business Profile support. This is where the automation truly shines. Tools like Localo or GMB Mantra provide continuous 24/7 management. They'll automatically fill service gaps, schedule geo-specific posts, and track performance with local rank heat maps. Before, an owner had a stale GBP profile. Now the tool makes sure the business is constantly signaling activity, which is a major ranking factor.
And my favorite is review mining and response. We agreed on the need for fast replies. The AI synthesizes the review text, positive or negative sentiment, and drafts a custom, polite, on-brand reply in minutes. Before, the owner spent hours trying to craft the perfect apology or thank you. Now they spend maybe 5 minutes a day just approving drafts. That time saving is massive leverage.
We also see the value in local content and FAQ ideas. This gets rid of that blank page syndrome. The AI generates ideas tied directly to the community or seasonal needs. For instance, a fitness studio posting about summer beach body prep in the downtown district, or a plumber discussing winterizing pipes in the North End. This keeps content hyper-relevant and establishes that crucial contextual authority.
And finally, the most valuable piece for the time port owner, simple reporting and checklists. Forget those 40-page PDFs from the old agencies. The AI reads all this complex data, geogrid rankings, GBP clicks, call volumes, and boils it down to a plain language summary. It gives the owner a smart task checklist, 2 or 3 prioritized items. For example, your top competitor just got 47 more reviews. Launch a review campaign now. It translates complex data into simple action.
The challenge remains, though, how does the owner choose which tool to use? They can't just dive in blindly.
Precisely. The selection process has to be focused. The first rule for a time port owner is to start focused. Focus on one location, one main service, and a few priority keywords. Don't look for the tool with the longest feature list. Choose the one that fixes your most painful weekly task. Maybe it's review response, or maybe it's rank tracking.
I agree. Prioritize tools that do the work, not just the ones that give you overwhelming dashboards. You need an automated helper, not another data entry job. And avoid those enterprise tools like Yext or Localo. They're designed for multi-location brands and agencies. Stick to tools built specifically for small and mid-sized businesses.
And once you've selected 1 or 2 tools, not an entire tech stack, you need a disciplined 30 to 90-day experiment plan. You can't just install it and forget it.
The core advice here is to set a small, measurable goal. Don't aim for world domination. Aim to decrease review response time to under 1 hour or improve calls from near-me searches by 10%. The goal has to be tangible.
And you have to track the right KPIs, focusing on outcomes, not vanity metrics. Look at your local pack impression share. Are you actually showing up on the map? Track your GPP conversion actions. How many calls, website clicks, and direction requests are you getting? And monitor your review velocity and average star rating.
Initial visibility improvements can often be seen in 30 to 45 days, but achieving positive ROI, seeing those new booked customers, that usually takes 90 to 120 days. The process of review and refine is essential. Use the tool's simple reporting to see which automated posts or optimized pages moved the needle. This is where the owner uses their human insight to tweak the AI's strategy for the next quarter.
This brings us full circle to the whole obsolescence of the agency question. The entire process, from competitive analysis with geogrids to execution with GBP automation to reporting with smart tasks, can now be managed affordably and consistently by software. A local business owner can achieve agency-level management for the cost of a few cups of coffee a month.
For the consistent, automated action that modern search requires. But for complex businesses, those with high compliance needs, or in ultra-competitive markets requiring deep content creation or specific link building, the hybrid model remains the strongest. Automation for the repeatable tasks and human expertise for the governance, strategic differentiation, and brand voice integrity.
The core insight for a listener remains clear, though. You do not need a big agency or technical skill to dominate local search. You need consistent, automated action. If the software brings in just 1 extra customer per month, the ROI is massive for almost any local business. The question is no longer whether you can do local SEO manually, but whether your time is worth more than the $30 to $50 per month the software costs.
And that requires a commitment to the 90-day experiment. Audit your current performance. Pick one tool that targets your weakest link, be it be found, be chosen, or be trusted, and commit to tracking those conversion KPIs. Automation provides the capability, but the owner still has to supply the initial focus and the sustained oversight.